a great day to meet with friends and business partners. And what I've decided to do is to get some great people together so that we could discuss real estate. We could discuss team building. We could discuss rev share. We could discuss eXpRealty, right? So I have a few of my favorite guys and one of my new girls coming on board, and we're just gonna have a natural conversation. Come along with us and see what we're gonna share today. All right, so Rich, you started this whole fire. I mean, you set the world on fire. You set Baltimore on fire through me, but it was really your fire. So give us a little something to start us off today.
Yeah, so, being in trouble comes natural to me, so being an arsonist sounds fine. I came over to eXp 4.5 years ago as a burned out middle-aged guy who sold a lot of real estate and still had to figure out how to get out of this mess. So I was really attracted to the ability to take my brand and scale it globally without any geographical parameters, any limitations, any big government in the way, just a really pure, clean model. So I started with 55 people that I had really strong relationships with, and I brought them over periodically over the course of the last 4.5 years. And those 55 people brought over an additional 1,950 agents, and we have compounded and exploded and moved into 47 states and in 13 countries in 4.5 years, all without paying one check in payroll, without being liable as a broker in charge, without having brick and mortar office space, without having employees scroll Facebook, without having to herd cats and babysit agents. None of that. They plug into the eXp platform, they get immediate support, real-time support, they get discounted health insurance, they get the workplace, they get all the stuff that I was not bright enough or tenacious enough to iterate. So when I came over to eXp, the whole idea was to build an empire. And one of the main premises of currency for me was how to get paid while I'm sleeping. Because I can't scale a hero, and I can get, I had this, accident where I got all mashed up with my boys yesterday. If I really actually hurt myself, then my income pauses while I'm getting better. You get COVID, your income pauses, right? If you have cancer, your income pauses and your bills start skyrocketing, right? So what we have to do is figure out a way to build residual income in this world where real estate agents have been programmed, brainwashed, myself included, on waiting on the next commission. And that causes a real uncomfortable framing of your life where your blood pressure and anxiety is directly related to your pipeline, which is no way to live, not in my opinion. So eXp is a revolution for that. So I would like to just kind of go around the table here and kind of hear everyone else's experience, right? So what I built doesn't come overnight. It doesn't happen all the time, but it happens often enough to where I'm only in the top 40 of the company. So there's a lot of people that are doing this at a much more sophisticated level than I am, or have been here longer, or people that might come in and surpass me. This is a duplicatable model for everybody. So Andrew Savage is here. He rolled up here from, where'd you come from?
Florence, South Carolina.
Florence, South Carolina. And anyway, he's been with eXp for 8 months, and he has almost 40 people in his organization. So tell me a little bit of what that's been like for you.
It's been a journey. I think one of the biggest things is in any business that I go into, I always try to find somebody who's doing what I want to do. And that person for me has been Nakia Evans. I've been watching her grow, and just kind of seeing how she was able to build her organization from there. I got the call from one of my partners who told me that he was coming over to eXp, and he was looking to find some business partners to come on with him. At the time, I was an agent for about 1.5 years. I kind of was outgrowing the space that I was in. I was already the top agent at my prior brokerage, and I was looking for something different. Before real estate, I was already a business owner, so I knew that it's always important to not just throw yourself in there individually, but try to find a model that you can scale. So I was looking for that in real estate. And then when the eXp model came to me, I felt like it was a perfect opportunity. From there, me and my partner got together, and we tried to see how we were going to build the eXp brand. So the biggest thing was, were we going to do it solo, or were we going to form a team? Me and him could have got into it, and we could have said, you know what, you build your organization, I'll build mine, and then we'll meet at the top. Our biggest thing was, we didn't want to just be selfish with it, we wanted to be able to give back. So yes, I do have a personal organization of 36 agents, but together we have an organization of about 86 we're in 2 different markets in Myrtle Beach and Florence, South Carolina. And then we're also in several different states from South Carolina to North Carolina to Hawaii and Oregon as well.
All right, so rounding out this conversation, we're going to hear from Alan Upshur. So Alan and I got into a business relationship, way back in 2018. He was actually the 3rd, 4th, or 5th agent I ever talked to as a recruiting brokerage manager, right? I wanted some strong partners. I wanted some people that would see a vision with me and build a brand with me and really build out their business. I felt like where he was, he may have been stuck. So I wanted him to come over and partner with me. We would collaborate, we would do things together, and we would grow together. So that was important to me in 2018. But Alan and I had a little breakup, right? It was me. I didn't have what he needed. So we broke up. We stayed friends, okay? We were at industry events together. We hung out together. We even went to a happy hour together. You know, he bought me a drink, bought me some dinner, you know, all that good stuff. And we talked, business talk, right? And fun talk that whole evening. Then we went our separate ways. We stayed connected on social media. He's always had good stuff to say about me. I've always had good stuff to say about him. We've maintained a relationship. We just stayed connected. That was really important, the relationship and the connection. So finally, we got into a conversation years later, we got into a conversation, and I felt like we could become business partners again. So we talked a little about what that would look like, and fast forward, today, he's my business partner at eXpRealty. Alan, tell us a little bit about your plans for 2022.
Yes, definitely. So my name is Alan Upshur. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, and I actually just recently moved to Atlanta, Georgia, like in the last 4 to 5 days. And the big thing about what my vision is now that I'm not at my hometown in Baltimore was leverage. Because I traveled a lot, I wanted to find a way where I could use my skill sets to not only do what I've done in Baltimore, but be able to duplicate that into another state. I'm so big on enrichment. I'm so big on just being able to break through ceilings. And I feel as though when I was at Baltimore, I was reaching a ceiling in my career. I'm a licensed realtor, and I'm also a licensed loan officer. And at my last brokerage, I was in a position where as though I couldn't really do both. They wanted me to choose out of doing one or the other. And the big thing about my 6-year career in real estate was I get like over 80 to 90 incoming calls a day about people asking for advice, left and right, whether it's through mortgages, whether it's through real estate. And I just started realizing that all these calls of people that I'm getting advice from, not really capitalizing on it truly. And I had to find an avenue. Talking to Nakia, I'm so big on timing too. So it was just like the perfect time. I wanted to move away from Baltimore, relocate to a new setting in life, and I wanted to be able to take all these skills and all this knowledge that I've gained over the years and to be able to capitalize on it. So when I got introduced to eXp, it made all the sense in the world. I could be in a position where I could actually coach, I could actually still do real estate if I wanted to, and I could leverage all the clients that I had, and no matter what state they were in. My biggest sale that I ever had was actually in California, and I got to a point in my career where I started leveraging and referring more business than I am actually selling a house. So eXp was just right on for me because I was in a position where just last year I made 6 figures off of just referring business. Not even actually being the person in the house, but actually referring business. So I knew that with a model like eXp where I could actually refer business, coach, and actually get stock in the company, it just made all the sense in the world. I travel about 30 to 40 times a year. I'm always on a plane. I'm always in different cities and different locations. So to be able to just go to another city or another state at the drop of a dime in a second of just pushing a button to have that person in that city or that state just put me in a position where now I'm not just a local realtor, but now I'm a nationwide realtor. So to be a part of this movement, to be a part of this brokerage just made all the sense in the world. And then to put myself in a position where now I'm with Nakia, that ceiling that I always would reach, being at eXp now, there is no ceiling. I can be able to reach anybody in any city, in any place, and it just goes to show the importance of being able to coach because she was one of my first coaches, and here we are again, and I'm a student of the game.